7 begins. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 6?
6-0. 60-54, Roy Jones Jr. Jim, I wanted to say the last time before that action heated up that I think the reason Roy Jones went southpaw was definitely because Lou Del Valle would come in. When Roy Jones would be squared up right in front of him,
Good shot by Duval.
And in order to get away from Louis butting him, he went southpaw.
I think Duval actually believed that Roy Jones is tired.
I think you may be onto something there, Harold, and I think you are too, George, as Duval suddenly awakens to new aggression.
Ooh. Body shot.
And Duval beginning to ask referee Jim Santa for a little help against the body shots, and you heard Santa say no, it was right there. Jones going back to the body, pumping the left hand.
Break! No punches! Touch the arm. Okay, doing good. Let's go.
This referee, Santa, was scheduled to be the referee of the heavyweight championship fight between Evander Holyfield and Henry Akinwande that was canceled here June 6th. Duval's going to have trouble punching if he jumps in the air every time Roy hits him in the body, George.
Yeah, that punch will make you jump. He believes that the punches are going too low. Duval does. The referee seems not to think as much.
Wait a second. Time. Give me a towel.
Time now to try to wipe a wet spot in the ring. So yeah, Santa was going to do Holyfield Akinwande before that cancellation.
Timing! Let's go!
Therefore, it's appropriate that he gets to do the next big fight here in New York, and this is it.
Duval has got something we got to point out. He's got willpower. He gets beat up, but he still maintains the aggression.
Jones's right hand landed on the shoulders. And Roy back in his conventional stance, but still with that unconventional game out of it. Roy just strafing Del Valle's belly with body shots.
Yeah, and if he lands too many more of those, Duval is going to go down because of it.
But Duval just missed with the left over the top and got butted in the eye. So their heads do come together, and it's Lou Del Valle who pays the price.
He has cut many times before. I thought I saw Roy sort of apologize to him. It obviously was not a deliberate fight, but this fight will not go on more than another round or two with a cut like that, it appears.
Well, you heard Harold Letterman saying that he thought Roy had switched southpaw to avoid that kind of butting. They were in the normal configuration with Duval fighting southpaw, Roy in his conventional stance, and boom, the heads came together. As had been the case once back in round number 2, before Roy went to the southpaw stance.
Accidental button.
No. Stay together and listen to Joe.
Al Gavin, one of the very best cutmen alive, going to work for Lou Del Valle.
He's going to have to do as good a job as he's ever done before on an eye to make this one work.
Straight out. Look at that eye. No, accidental.
Looks like a very, very bad cut.
I know. I got it. Okay.
Miss a shot, Doc.
Do your magic there, Al.
Well, let's take a look at the butt, Larry.
Now, there you see left-hander against a right-hander. They both start to throw punches and come in at the same time. Result, blood on the floor, blood on the eye.
Let's go. Boy, I gotta keep the head up.
One of the unfortunate realities of the sport. All right, Harold, now we're past the midway point of the fight. What happens if the bout is stopped because of that cut?
Jim, beyond the 4th round, under the rules of the Association of Boxing Commissioners, if this fight is stopped because of that cut, we go to the scorecards. Whoever's ahead on the scorecards wins. They don't deduct any points, from uncut guys or anything like that, but they will go to the scorecards in case the fight is stopped. you know, on account of that accidental headbutt.
And just to reaffirm, your scorecard's still a shutout, right?
Absolutely. 7 rounds to nothing, 70-63. So Jones is in a good position if they stop the fight.
And in the last round, Duval only threw 21 punches. That's after he threw 15 punches in the round before. He just hasn't been able to mount a consistent attack against Jones's body assault.
Well, his hope was, as I suggested earlier, Jim, frustrate Roy Jones, hope that he's in better shape and make something happen in the second fight. Doesn't look like that's going to work. He has to throw everything, all caution out, and try to get some damage in, make something happen here very quickly.
Good body punch again.
Duval literally cringing when Jones comes at him with the right hand to the body.
That Jones is going to feint that straight right hand pretty soon and go straight up top. And he won't have any problem landing it.
You know, I don't remember before the Virgil Hill fight, Roy Jones throwing an awful lot of body punches, but he has suddenly discovered it and has fallen in love with the idea of throwing body punches.
Once you see those kind of returns, you have to go back to it.
Well, you know, he really developed a respect for Mike McCallum when he fought McCallum and spent time with McCallum before the fight. Maybe McCallum, one of the great body punchers in the last 25 years in the sport, said to him, Roy, your life would be so much easier if you do what I do.
Just box, though. Just box. That's it. Good job.
Good left hand by Duval. Never before knocked down. Roy Jones cleanly knocked down on a straight left by Lou Del Valle.
That's the hardest punch I've ever seen Roy Jones take. Del Valle is desperate, trying to make something happen, as we said earlier. He hurt Roy Jones.
He's been thinking all night Roy Jones is getting tired. Though he was being hurt, he kept the confidence that this guy's running out of steam.
Well, in his only loss, Duval knocked down Virgil Hill with a straight left hand. Now in trouble against Roy Jones, he produces knockdown lightning again.
Now Roy Jones is doing an excellent job of holding on. There's nothing wrong with holding on.
It's professional, right?
Yeah, you go to your corner now. That stool should be in the corner before he gets there.
Del Valle earned the applause of his fans with that tremendous punch.
What a shot.
More than a tremendous punch.
What a shot.
Come ahead.
Just a devastating left hand.
All right.
A slam dunk.
Just keep your hand.
Let those hands go, baby.
Here comes the knockdown. Roy turned his head. As you saw, he never had an idea the punch was coming because his head was turned away. Watch him turn away right there.
This is what happened when you get hit by a light heavyweight. He was a heavyweight by this time.
You know, we've often asked, what would Roy Jones do if he ever got in trouble, if he ever really got hurt? Perhaps we have a chance to see it tonight.
Well, as George pointed out, he showed the professionalism of knowing how to stop the clock, in effect, and hold on to get out of the round. Then he came back to the corner with triumphant body language. Let's see if he can go back to doing what he was doing.
Now he's going to have to use this jab, respect this guy, because that extra weight, Duval has something left in these last few rounds.
Well, and we showed you Duval put on 17 pounds since the weigh-in and came here tonight at 192, 8 pounds more than Jones, who weighed 184. Aha! There's a wet spot there, and that is exactly the spot at which Jones went down. Not to say that it wasn't a great punch by Duval, but there is a wet spot. No, Jim, it's on the far side of the ring, over there.
Let's go.
I don't think they got the wet spot.
And the wet spots are going to affect Roy Jones most because he's spreading his legs so far apart and expecting to be able to jump up and move.
And also, he's the one that's making the ring wet. Look at the water dripping from his trunks, Jim.
Harold wet spot comment?
Okay, Jim, look. Alton Murchison is soaking Roy Jones down in between rounds. I mean, he came out with those trunks soaking. The executive director of the State Athletic Commission, Tony Russo, is in the corner right now with Alton Murchison chewing him out. The reason they're slipping is because Jones has got so much water in those trunks that it's dripping off. There's water all over the ring, and they're slipping on the wet spots. Tony Russo is giving it to Alton Murchison with both barrels right now.
Well done, Harold. Russo thought his hardest job tonight was going to be to clear the ring before the referee's instructions.
There's that slippery ring again affecting Roy Jones. Navarro should be working his jab, forgetting everything else. That punch will come again.
Jones going back to working straight rights and not to the body now. He's going right at Lou Del Valle's bruised and bleeding left eye.
Al Gavin must have done some job on that eye to keep Del Valle in the fight. And Roy Jones has not exploited it up to now.
He has not tried to land one shot on that eye, which I think is really professional. He wanted to win, and he wanted to win easily. Didn't want to go for a cut.
There are a handful of brilliant cut men in the sport. You saw the miracle that Joe Souza put together with Arturo Gatti here in the Garden a couple of years ago against Wilson Rodriguez. Souza's one of them. Gavin is certainly another.
Let go, Louie. Let go, Louie.
Roy dealt with the knockdown by being just a little bit more cautious.
All right, we're going to the 10.
You gotta wipe it down real good. I want you to come out.
Don't worry about trying to hit this taker with no big shot. Let's hit him with a lot of small shots. He took some good shots, okay? Put the towel on his shoulders, man. On his shoulders. Okay?
I'm gonna hit again.
He got you.
I'm good.
Okay? This will do. We got 3 more rounds. We got to get about them big shots. Just touch him up.
Hit him low, man.
Send off. Then feint with it and use the left hand. All right, baby? Just like in the gym. Deep breath. Doing beautiful. Beautiful. Use those hands, though. That round. Use those hands, baby. You gotta use those hands. Those hands up. And use the jab. Work on this round. This round.
Well, unless there's something unusual going on with the scoring, Del Valle shouldn't have to worry too